Don't worry, though. In an effort to win over large percentages of the Charlie Kirk audience, Nick Fuentes has decided, actually, Muslims are objectively worse for America than the Jews. After spending his entire political career finding some kind of Jewish reason for every awful thing that's happened in America, he became woke now.
There's been we heard shots. We heard shots.
Charlie Kirk's assassination stopped America in its tracks.
That's a lot of people, Utah, I'll tell you what.
An ultra-violent snuff video delivered to millions of people's smartphones. His death has left the country even more divided, turning him into an icon of free speech and a rallying cry for a nationalist cause.
Charlie Kirk has become really a martyr, not just for Americans, but I think that for these nationalist movements across the world.
I'm traveling from the top to the bottom of the United States, a road trip.
An icon of free speech is so funny because all of the demands from some of the super fans of the admin have been around punishing speech of those they have declared as enemies of not only Charlie Kirk, but themselves. What a phenomenal way to deify someone as an iconic free speech warrior. Fantastic. Yeah, Charlie Kirk was a free speech beacon, a hero of free speech, which is precisely the reason why you will go to jail if you speak ill of him. Charlie Kirk is a free speech icon, which is precisely the reason why we must use his death to silence any kind of political dissent in this country. That is what Republicans are doing on the timeline. They're demanding this from the administration. They're pissed off that the administration's not doing it. Ridiculous.
Kirk's life and death to understand what he meant to America.
Traitor!
And how his assassination might change it forever. This is actually where Charlie Kirk was going to speak next. And that debate is still going on without him. So I suppose we're going to see what that show looks like, what that movement looks like without him. This is how Kirk became famous, arguing with students on the campuses of America's universities. The battleground, as he saw it, for the country's future. A liberal group called Unfuck America had been scheduled to debate against him here in Colorado. They decided to go ahead with the event in his memory and in a spirit of civility.
How do we win a culture war like this, where it's constantly, like you said, we can't even agree on the same facts? So where do you see this going? How do you unfuck something?
I think the left has been disavowing violence and calling for a decrease in the rhetoric for like the past decade.
Why did you call the violence?
I'm fucking scared. I wouldn't come over here from Florida if I wasn't so fucking scared. I've never seen anything like that.
We're not scared of you. Shut the fuck up!
Hey, I want the speaker. I want to honor his time.
You're a God bless you. That's great. You know, the next dick I suck, I'm gonna have you in mind when you're gonna be over here. Hey, I appreciate you. You're a degenerate.
Let him fight. Let him fight. This entire thing shows how stupid the entire concept of debate is. Heartwarming. The worst people you know are fighting. I know.
What did you make of Charlie Kirk? I mean, not talking about his murder, but just of him, the man, the movement. What did you think of him?
I mean, obviously, I think his political ideology is abhorrent, but I mean, like, he was a very effective organizer. Like, I'll give credit where credit is due. He built a very impressive movement in an area that was considered unwinnable by conservatives. So,
you saw Charlie Kirk get killed, and then you're upstage at a university where he was going to go and give a talk. You still wanted to get up there and do it.
I was kind of scared initially, but when Elon Musk and Donald Trump Jr. and everybody started attacking me on social media, I felt like if I don't show up, I kind of am giving in to that kind of pressure. I don't want to get killed. I'm out here at these events. Like, I wish that like everybody could take a step back and realize that not every single issue that we fight over is the end of the world.
You've got a lot of flack, as you said, from Elon Musk for
He's like, why can't we take a step back and realize who the real enemy is? People who have personally offended me by existing, like Hasan Piker. People who I have also said time and time again are a worse force for American politics, like socialist Twitch streamers. It's not even a joke. He literally did say that, which is so, I mean, it's pretty funny, especially because like the administration has been putting a target on him now, even though him and his bestie were actively aligning themselves with some of these Republicans because they thought the Republicans would be more effective in deplatforming me than the liberals would. Yes, Epstein has said I'm worse than Donald Trump and Adolf Hitler.
There's mocking Erica Kirk, Charlie Kirk's wife, in terms of her grief. Do you regret taking that approach because it becomes a distraction?
I'm just saying that if the other side is going to play politics on every single issue and they're going to wheel out, people to do it, I mean, you have to be ready then for the other side to play back. I think it's fair game at that.
Please come sign our posters. Let Charlie and his family know you're thinking about him.
So this is where Charlie Kirk was supposed to come on the next stop of his tour. Instead, we're going to a memorial in this ginormous football stadium, but you can see the crowd.
I noticed that he tells people that you support, so the Republicans who can't fact check that, like defaming you. Yeah, no, he's been doing that nonstop. Ironic because, dude, if you keep spamming for me to cover Assata Shakur's legacy by presenting how woke you are on this issue and how much of a white supremacist I am, despite the fact that I'm obviously going to cover Assata Shakur's legacy down the line, you will inevitably be able to explain to everyone who is watching that this is not sufficiently woke. Like, I know I started off with a recognition of Assata Shakur. I'm going to get to it. Okay. It's not about woke. I'm just tired of his little face. Sorry for spamming. You just stop. Take an hour off. Hopefully by that time, I'll be talking about Assata Shakur. Okay. Yes. Assata Shakur passed away in Cuba today at the age of 78. She was a revolutionary figure at the forefront of the civil rights struggle, and she's a hero in every right. I'm going to talk about it later.
As you can also see the security, there's been a police helicopter up there, huge police presence, horses there.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed.
I've always said that America is not going to fall from some foreign enemy, some outside force. The way America will fall is from within. And it'll happen because of the weakness of the American people.
This is a vigil, but it's also really a recruitment drive. Speakers here addressing this crowd, and you can see the effect it is having on that crowd. A lot of people have come quite a long way to be there too, but this is a pretty liberal part of Colorado. And here they are talking about Turning Point USA and where this movement goes next. So like a lot of big cities in America, Chicago is pretty liberal, but it's also a Democrat stronghold. This is where Barack Obama made his political career, voted for Kamala Harris in the last presidential election, has always voted for Democrats since the early 90s. So it's perhaps a bit surprising that this is also the hometown of Charlie Kirk. Driving out of the city to the suburbs, because that's really where this story begins. It's also where the movement...
It's not. Ain't nobody got smoke like a right-wing dude in a blue area. You know this. I talk about it all the time. Whether it be Naperville Andes or whether it be Orange County. Okay? Red exurbs, red suburbs in an overwhelmingly blue area have some of the biggest right-wing monsters you ever met. I would take a homegrown right-wing Republican from Arkansas any day of the week and have a conversation with a dude like that, as opposed to some grouped up shouty from Orange County. Nick Fuentes, another Chicago suburb Nazi. In my experience, those are the people that have some of the most unhinged opinions that do not even reflect the broader consensus within the Republican Party. What I mean by that is, like, the Arkansas Republican is obviously also going to have some shameful opinions, right? Like, so they're not woke by any metric, but they just kind of go along with the more extreme shit that I suspect is coming from the red exurbs and red suburbs in an immediately blue area. This has gotten even worse with Twitter because Twitter is polluted with those guys. It's a to the bottom. You call Nick a Nazi? What should he call you? I don't know. I think he calls me a communist, which is fine. But it's not just me calling Nick Fuentes a Nazi. He calls himself a Nazi. He has. What the fuck are we doing? He's been asked straightforwardly if he thinks Adolf Hitler is a bad guy, to which he had no response for. The only time I've actually seen Nick Fuentes, you just calling him a Nazi, that's crazy. You need a mental evaluation. I need a mental evaluation for a denying anti-miscegenation neo-Nazi. The only time I've seen that go against being called a white supremacist was when a cop was responding to a call at his house, and on the body camera the cop literally goes, "Nick, are you a white supremacist?" Says, "No, I'm Mexican. My last name is Fuentes." That's the only time I've heard that respond like that. Okay? It's true, by the way. He is. He's both of those things. I mean, he's a white supremacist and also a Mexican with the last name Fuentes. Yeah, that's your hero, dude. Goddamn basement dwelling, gay virgin, Mexican neo-Nazi. Holy shit. That's what's so crazy. Yeah. Pestany took his virginity? Okay, we don't know. We don't know. He just gave him a suck job, allegedly. I don't know if that could be considered taking his virginity. Maybe his, like, blowjob virginity. Allegedly. That is, of course, according to Sex Pestany's own admissions. One of the funniest things that his community still does to this day is to be like, wow, Hasan is being really homophobic by bringing up the fact that our favorite content creator, who is supposed to be the liberal champion of the world, sucked the penis of a avowed, self-identified neo-Nazi. It's like, no, man, I don't give a whose dick you suck, unless it's a Nazi dick. I love that. I love the, oh, dude, I can't believe Hasan is so homophobic for that. You may be officially cooked. Trump asked Supreme Court to decide whether he can end birthright citizenship. Holy shit. Suck a liberal and a fascist comes. Man, run. No, I'm good, man. Anyway, it is pretty funny that this literally said I need a mental evaluation for calling a self-described neo-Nazi a Nazi. I don't think it is I who needs a mental evaluation, brother. I think you got to figure it out. Don't worry, though. In an effort to win over large percentages of the Charlie Kirk audience, Nick Fuentes has decided, actually, Muslims are objectively worse for America than the Jews. After spending his entire political career finding some kind of Jewish reason for every awful thing that's happened in America, he became woke now. And his fan base is so funny because their cope is like, no, you don't understand. Nick Fuentes has always done a racial hierarchy. I guess maybe in between sucks, him and Destiny were agreeing on how much they hate Islam.
He started Clues About Its Future.
I went to Wheeling High School, where Charlie went, and I joined the Turning Point chapter there. So that also kind of brought me into the world of Charlie Kirk. He opened up the conversation to a lot of more conservative-leaning kids to speak up. My family is conservative. I hold those values myself, but it was really nice to hear somebody younger speaking on this, because a lot of the times you think politics and it's just all old people and they just all talk about.
There's nothing wrong with being gay or doing gay stuff. Thank you. Thank you for your brave take, Femcel. Definitely the bravest take you could arrive at in this community.
That. So it was nice to hear a young voice.
And have you had backlash for being a sort of Charlie Kirk supporter from your friends or online?
I have, but...
What do people say?
That I'm horrible, that I'm racist, that I'm homophobic, that I'm transphobic, just all of the phobics. And I don't identify myself with any of that. I think that I'm a very loving and open person to anybody.
Okay, so
what do you think about trans people should be the follow-up question. Because it's like, what is the identifiable conservative opinion that you have that separates you from, like, I don't know, the way that the Democrats have presented themselves in the 2024 election cycle? Because you can't say, oh, I want to pack up all the immigrants, which is already a radical proposition. But, like, the Democrats were also running on a fucking right-wing immigration campaign anyway, an anti-immigrant agenda anyway. Like, there are very few things that the Republicans basically posterize as their, like, prominent culture war issues. They're all culture war related. And all of them are just, like, you know, shit related to trans people.
We arrived in our car and you clocked us already.
I knew from filming right away that you were either up to no good or you're going to do an interview.
And you're armed. And is that because of the atmosphere around this, because of what happened to Charlie Kirk?
I am carrying it today, especially in a slightly different manner because of what happened to Charlie and because of the potential threats to me and to the people that are here with me. I actually have
Who the fuck are you, bro? What do you mean presents against you?
body armor in the car too, so.
I mean, that's quite a scary way of looking at the world on a beautiful sunny day in a lovely residential district, but that's where things are.
When you're a sheepdog, things are always a potential threat. I consider my...
This dude did every right-wing meme down to the fucking tactical Oakleys. He's just not wearing them. When you're a sheepdog, you don't go quietly into that good night, brother. You don't understand. I'm a sheepdog. Yeah, dude. Totally. Yeah, Mr. Tactical Ascertainment over here. I'm a sheepdog. I must protect the flock. I'm a warrior poet. This guy's entire persona is just a bunch of shitty boomer Instagram memes with like lions in them. You know what I mean? Like, that's all this is. This guy talks like someone who really wanted to serve but couldn't make it past basic training. Oh, 100%.
Myself a sheepdog. We're here to protect the sheep and, if need be, put ourselves between the wolf and the sheep.
Kirk used social media to spread his message, to win over young minds, but he also built a formidable political organisation, Turning Point USA. Boots on the ground to mobilise the likes online.
Miguel, sorry. How are you doing, Tom?
Good, how are you? Miguel.
So, I mean, people are coming out, haven't they?
No, there's been plenty of people that have been here today paying their respects and really doing their best to honor and memorialize the legacy of Charlie. Right now, we are standing in the Lamont headquarters, which was the first official office space of Turning Point USA.
You knew Charlie for a very long time. As you say, you were there around the table together, plotting this, which became this huge movement.
Right.
I mean, what was it like, the news for you, when you heard that he had been shot?
I stupidly opened up my Twitter app or my X app, and the video was the first thing that I saw. And, you know, I really wish that I hadn't seen the video, but it was definitely a very difficult day to get that kind of news, for sure.
I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, just right there, that's your friend, and the video is so graphic.
Right.
If you want to take a second.
No, it's okay. I think that there are plenty of opportunists that will want to see this as a Franz Ferdinand assassination type of an event in the culture war, who will want to take any...
Franz Trinidad. What did he say? Franz Ferdinand? Franz Feliz Navidad type assassination. Man.
And every opportunity to use this to continue to drive division and to see this as an opportunity to create World War III. But I think that if we can really get to the essence of what Charlie stood for and what he would have wanted, is that he would have wanted us to continue to engage in conversation, to see the humanity of the people that we disagreed with.
And we've been in the city speaking to people too who, you know, have...
The Charlie Kirk Starbucks cups are such a fucking like perfect distillation of modern day conservative grievances, where it's just about like enforcing your will upon what you have decided is like a liberal slave. Go to the nearest Starbucks and enforce your will upon the blue-haired SJWs that are gender neutral immediately, okay? Charlie Kirk gets killed. What you must do is own the left. If you live in an environment where there is not like a college campus nearby, or maybe you're too scared to go to a college campus because they talk about, you know, logic and things like that on there, and they read books, and that's terrifying, is woke and gay, or because they're doing mass shootings over there now, then where can you go? From the safety of your car, the nearest drive-through. Out of all of the readily available stores you can go to, which one is the most woke? Which one is the most libtarded? Starbucks. Go up to a Starbucks and immediately enforce your will with the hopes that you could be victimized, with the hopes that you could be potentially victimized by a woke libtard with a septum piercing. When they say, yeah, I'm not writing that on a fucking mug, which, by the way, they never did. Conservatives worship and honor Charlie Kirk by annoying the hell out of everyone around them. Well, that's the only speed they got. It's no different than the guy who comes in here with a sock account, who's just sad all the fucking time, and his immediate family members have left him behind. So they just try to be as annoying as they possibly can in here, because that offers some kind of recognition to their humanity, that they're still here. It's the same shit.
very different views of Charlie Kirk. They don't like what he stood for at all. Do you see where they're coming from?
I certainly do. It's from the dark side. And if you are in light and you are a believer and follower of Jesus Christ, you understand what things he was saying. You understand. But when you're in darkness, they're more threatened by that. They don't understand it, and they're threatened. Satan is always threatened.
When we're speaking to those people, the things they cite are his attitudes towards, say, gay marriage, for instance, or towards Islam as well.
Let me give you this.
Do you think that his views there were informed by his Christianity?
There are no absolute okays in this world. There is right and wrong.
Okay.
And sometimes it's hard for people to hear that something
like
is
gay,
wrong.
like gay marriage.
That's right. That or any other thing that brings them pleasure and they're enjoying it. They don't want to hear that maybe that's not the road to go down.
Start new channels. To clarify, our pilot program terminations is not yet open. Our community guidelines for previously terminated users to use, possess, or create other channels will terminate new channels from previously terminated users in accordance with these guidelines. You're liars. Why'd you ban Alex Jones and Nick Fuentes? I don't watch neither of them, but I would sure as hell like to be able to if they say something that might interest me, or I simply want to learn what their bases are thinking. They banned them because ban evasion has been against the rules since 2009. Unlike Keemstar and other locales, people actually remember their original bans. Oh, spare me. In a world where Hasan and Destiny tell their viewers the nastiest calls to violence justified by the worst misinformation and lies on the planet, Alex Jones and Nick Fuentes are angels compared to those two, and certainly don't deserve any bans. Techie, Dad of 3, Model Y perf owner, pro-human environmentalist.
There are a lot of vigils on this trip, but it's maybe in the smaller scale that you get a better sense of how Kirk's activism penetrated quite so far and what effect it might continue to have.
Charlie Kirk has become really a martyr, not just for Americans, but I think that for these nationalist movements across the world.
Speak to some people and they'll say Charlie Kirk, was hateful. What he said made people feel uncomfortable and scared, especially when it comes to specific issues like gay marriage or Islam, things like that. Do you think that's fair?
So the Bible says that we're to share the truth, and
just say it. Just say it. Just say it. Just say it. Just say what you think. This is the other side of the story that I cannot fucking stand, okay? Oh, well, the Bible told me that I have to be this way. Just fucking be like, no, I'm a hateful person, okay? I don't fuck with trans people. Just be honest. I hate this like Bible thumping bullshit too. It's like, oh, it's just like I wouldn't be that way, but it's just the Bible taught me to be that way. It's like, dude, don't fucking do that. There are plenty of people who love the Bible and are Christian and don't have this opinion, okay? You have this opinion because it's your opinion. God, it's like they think it's a cheat code. Like everyone around them are going to be like, oh my God, the Bible said so. Well, I guess it's all right then. Oh, the Bible told you you can fucking harass Starbucks baristas? Well, I guess I can't do nothing about it then. My bad. Fuck. Like, who is this for? Especially in 2025. Like, this is not, I'm sure even in the fucking medieval ages, people are like, is that what the Bible told you? I don't think so. And that's not what I got when the priest was reading it to us, because, we can't read it ourselves, obviously. But, I didn't get that message from the priest. What are you talking about? What the fuck, dude? Oh, the Bible told me. Bible told me to hate thy neighbor.
The Bible also says that do not be surprised when the world hates you. When you do take a Christian foundation of Western civilization and that's shipped around the world, and Islam, which is basically antithetical to that in numerous ways, and then also, besides Islam, the gay marriage aspect of it, we believe that, according to Christian values, that marriage is between one man, one woman, and that's natural and right and given to us by God.
One of the quotes that's come up around...
Yeah, the Bible told me to be Islamophobic. You see, that's not... That by the way, is a admission, okay? The omission is an admission. An admission that, like, you kind of recognize that those positions are unsustainable in general society in 2025. So you just have to kind of like masquerade it as like something that the fucking holy book taught you. Because like if you thought that this was the popular opinion, you would just say it. You'd be like, what do you mean? Of course I hate trans people. Everybody hates fucking trans people. They should all go to jail. Like what? That's what you would say. But even they recognize that like it's kind of fucked up. They secretly are like, maybe it's not the best idea, but I think if I just say the correct words, the Bible taught me, then I can dupe some other fuckers from, yelling at me over it.
Charlie Kirk is when he said, Biden should be tried and or executed. And he's saying that in a judicial
You notice how none of this is politics, by the way? I just want to keep repeating this over and over again. It's just basic empathy. And it feels like Republicans have decided that basic empathy is a political proposition. And if you demonstrate basic empathy and you don't immediately assume that like something you don't personally understand, just a way of life or a different religious book that someone abides by is automatically scary and needs to be purged, needs to be destroyed, needs to be excised. Like that's just being a normal good person, right? That's being a normal good person. And yet, for some fucking weird reason, that's a political message. Okay? It's become a political message. I don't think this was what liberalism was about or this was what Democrats believed initially, but it's become that now because one side is just constantly demonstrating how big of a piece of shit they are and then masquerading it as a political position. Also, my guest is here.
But it's not a million miles away from that, calling for the potential execution of a president. I'm sure he would defend that as free speech.
That is a good observation, and so I would actually defend that as free speech because we do believe that Biden's a traitor to our country, and I know that people on the left think that Trump's Hitler. So I really think that both you and I are in a conundrum here, that both people view each other as evil to a degree, I guess.
Do you think the other side is evil?
I think that when we're saying the other side, I think that the left embraces ideology that's antithetical to morality. I think that the left embraces evil. I would agree if someone wanted to say that this is going to be amplified because Charlie Kirk was best friends